This is the Ford Ranger WildtrakX. The WildtrakX is a new special addition to the Ford Ranger Bakkie lineup, as we call it in South Africa. For our international peeps, Bakkie refers to a pickup truck, and in Australia, a ute. The WildtrakX slots between the regular Wildtrak and the Ranger Raptor. It's designed to offer a more off-road oriented experience than the Wildtrak, but without the extreme performance and the cost of the Raptor. Or is it? At first glance, you get the idea that they wanted it hardcore but decided, should we make it high performance and risk losing our Raptor sales? The answer to that is a definite no. We already have the hardcore Raptor for that. So let's give them a more hardcore version of the Wildtrak 2-liter bi-turbo spec. In this video, we will review this WildtrakX, looking at its interior, exterior and features. We will also test out the performance of the 2-liter bi-turbo engine to determine whether you need any more performance than it has to offer, by launching it from 0 to 100 km per hour and of course taking it out for a drive, because this is some Zanzi popular rides. Be prepared for the element of surprise. Is this hardcore looking Wildtrak with an X worth your consideration? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's dive into the review, shall we? Before you start trying to solve for X, this is not your nightmare maths questionnaire. This is just a Wildtrak with some added kit to make it just a little more off-road capable. Don't you fear, we will look into what the kit entails. Let's start with the performance stats, shall we? So, underneath the hood lies a 2-liter twin turbocharged diesel engine that produces 154 kilowatts of power and 500 Newton meters of torque. This engine is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission and a standard 4-wheel drive system. This engine is the same engine as you'd find in the normal Wildtrak without the X. Later on in the video, we will look at the performance of the 2-liter bi-turbo engine by launching it as well as taking it out for a drive. Straight off the bat, the WildtrakX is a badass looking vehicle, and it means business when it comes to off-roading. You have wider tracks and extra ground clearance. The ground clearance has been raised by 26mm from the normal Wildtrak's ground clearance of 234mm to 261mm for the X. The shocks have been upgraded with the Bellstain position sensitive dampers with external reservoirs and new springs. You have a new feature called Trail Turn Assist, which will allow you to make tight turns on those tight trails, and Trail Control, which was only found in the Ranger Raptor. You also get the Rock Crawl Drive mode, which will provide optimal slow speed traction and momentum on loose and rocky surfaces. Up front, the WildtrakX has a bold and aggressive front end with a large black grille that features integrated auxiliary driving lights and cyber orange accents, which goes well with this carbonized grey color at a cost of $1,400. The grille is flanked by matrix LED headlights with seat lamp daytime running lights. Below the grille is a steel bash plate that protects the undercarriage from damage. The sides of the Ranger WildtrakX are characterized by its muscular fenders, flared wheel arches and cast aluminium side steps. The truck also features distinctive black WildtrakX badging on the front doors. The WildtrakX rides on bold new asphalt black machine-faced 17-inch alloy wheels wrapped in the General Grabber 83 all-terrain tire for your hardcore off-roading. Unlike the normal Wildtrak, the WildtrakX features a flexible rack system with a sliding load rack which easily slides and locks into multiple positions along the tub. The flexible rack system, in conjunction with the folding roof racks, makes carrying long items easy. However, it does not come as standard. The flexible rack system will set you back 19,000 rands. Just like in the Wildtrak, you have a 360-degree view camera which will come in handy when off-roading. The rear of the Ranger WildtrakX is dominated by its large cargo bed, which is easy to open thanks to its lightweight. The cargo bed can take a load of ±1 ton. In the cargo bed, you have two 12-volt power outlets, which means you can have a nice cold one at your favorite beach spot. You have WildtrakX badging and a black Ford badge on the tailgate. The truck also features LED tail lights and a rear bumper with integrated step pads. If you want the roller shutter with your WildtrakX, you must be willing to pay an additional $25,200. Look, this is a special edition, and if you want something unique and special and have $1 million to play with, you should get yourself a Ford Keep watching and I'll let you know what I would go for towards the end of the video. You have a towing capacity of 3.5 tons braked and 750 kilograms unbraked. This is similar to what you get in the normal Wildtrak. Overall, the Ford Ranger Wildtrak X is a rugged and stylish pickup truck with a distinctive off-road appearance. Its bold front end, muscular fenders, and all-terrain tires make it clear that this bakkie is ready for adventure. Before getting into the interior, let's take a glimpse at what the normal Wildtrak looks like. This is the front, this is the side, and this is the rear. With that being said, let's dive into the interior. By now, you're all probably familiar with the interior of the Wildtrak. Ladies and gents, welcome to the interior of the wildtrakX. Because this is a special edition, the vehicle features a number of unique interior upgrades over the normal Wildtrak. Honestly, the major upgrade in terms of the interior is simply the suede touch, as well as adding an X to the Wildtrak. The rest is simply normal business as usual. Wildtrak, wildtrakX. Do you spot the difference? The interior features a number of unique touches such as electric adjustable leather accented seats with Miko suede inserts and wildtrakX embroidery, a suede upholstered glove box, instrument cluster cover, door trims, and center console rails in contrast to the leather wrap in the Wildtrak. Because it's a Wildtrak, you get cyber orange and precision grey accents throughout the cabin. The vehicle features an 8-inch digital instrument cluster with a fully configurable layout. The digital instrument cluster will show you details such as your different driver terrain modes, which include rock crawl, sand, slippery, tow or haul, eco mode for the fuel savvy, and normal mode for the normal peeps. You have a 12-inch center multifunction touchscreen with the Sync 4 infotainment system. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity. Once you're connected, the B&O premium audio system will definitely have you in the zone as you play your favorite music. Nah, 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 wait till I get my money right. Oh, yeah. Rear passengers are treated to comfortable seats. I am 1.86 meters tall, and with the front seat in my comfortable sitting position, well, there's your space. You have a decent amount of headroom. You have a 3-point American style plug and a Type-C and B USB port, so everyone is covered. Front passengers are also treated to a Type-C and Type-B USB port, as well as a wireless charging pad. Practicality and storage are galore. You have cup holders everywhere, on the dashboard, in the door pockets, in the front center console, and the rear center console. Then you also have a double glove box and an additional storage in the center console. And in that center console, you also find a 12-volt socket in there. You can't complain about charging here. Neither can you complain about cup holders. You get the idea that the designer simply asked the question, how many cup holders should I put in this car? And the answer was, by all means. With that being said, let's now take a look at the performance of the 2-liter bi-turbo engine. Truth be told, we all know the habitat where we will find this vehicle, the urban jungle and highways. Unless you're a hardcore off-roader, the only car you will ever need is the 2-liter bi-turbo XLT or Wildtrak. 500 Newton meters of torque and 154 kilowatts is no joke. It is more than you'll ever need. Let's launch it and see what it's all about. Zero to 100 kilometers per hour happens in about 9.3 seconds. But that's not the point here. The power delivery of this engine is so amazing. Which begs the question, do you really need the special edition? Look, the 2-liter bi-turbo engine delivers plenty of power and torque for both city and highway driving. Listen to this. That's the 10-speed automatic transmission shifting smoothly and efficiently. Funny, the vehicle does not feel heavy at all. That 500 Newton meters of torque does a great job in pulling this vehicle around. The wildtrakX benefits from a full-time 4-wheel drive system that will ensure traction and control in all weather conditions. You have a number of driver assistance features such as adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, autonomous braking, rear cross traffic alert, amongst other features. My favorite feature is the park assist feature, because why should I park when I've paid $1 million? All you do is press a button and watch. The vehicle easily gets up to speed and easily maintains speed. Overtaking cars will be easy, and unlike your smaller engines, when this sees an uphill, it will just lift its nose and drive. It's not shy at all. I managed to do some mild off-roading. I drove here in the P-Series Limited once, and that suspension was a bit more bouncy. With the Ford Ranger Wildtrak, it is not as bumpy at all. The suspension is well sorted. The nice thing about these Rangers is that you can blast through your off-road trail with your dual climate control on to keep things cool. You will also enjoy the heated steering wheel on cold days. If taking it for camping, you will also get the benefit of the zone lighting feature. And yes, this is the normal Wildtrak. I used the car to demonstrate that unless you want something special, get yourself a Wildtrak without your X. Let's take a look at the price. The WildtrakX, as you see in the video, will set you back 1,059,100. However, its starting price is 1,013,000 rands. Cost of ownership for this WildtrakX will therefore set you back 24,561 with an installment of 20,706 per month, fuel of 2,055 rand per month, assuming that you'll fill up the 80-liter tank at least once a month, and an estimated insurance of 1,800. For 3,000 rand extra installment per month, you can get yourself the Raptor, which starts at 1,184,000 rands. You have a warranty of 4 years or 120,000 kilometers as standard. However, the service plan is optional. So then, you have 1,060,000 rand to spend. Would you go for this WildtrakX? In fact, which Ford Ranger would you go for? Let us know in the comment section below. It's now time for the Miho score. For the interior, I'll give this vehicle a 9 out of 10. For the exterior, I'll give this vehicle a 9 out of 10. It's definitely a good looking vehicle. For engine and performance, I'll give this vehicle an 8 out of 10. The 2-liter bi-turbo engine performs rather quite well, and with a fuel consumption average of 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers, it really isn't bad at all. For safety and technology, I'll give the vehicle a 9.5 out of 10, and as an overall package, I'll give the vehicle an 8.5 out of 10. The Ford Ranger WildtrakX therefore gets a Mio score of 44 out of 50. Thank you very much for watching and for getting to the end of the video. If you haven't yet done so, please don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channel for more dope content like this. Once again, let's grow this channel together. Well then, until next time.